must have been in 5th or 6th grade or so when Tower Records first opened in Tysons. Tysons, aka Hicksville. Tower Records, aka Metal Tower. A legendary chain record store. Back then I thought that a record store that big just must have had everything. You know, a certain artist were represented in the record store. That meant that they had every single recording of that artist. I was a bit young, I wasn't really into music, and you know, I hadn't heard of that there was such a thing as being out of print, especially compared to the mall record stores, which were the only ones that I'd been exposed to prior to that. Tower Records just had everything, and it was much cooler. And I saw the people, 12 years old, would have been 85 or so. I guess that sounds about right. I will look this shit up. The other day I was in the library and read that a liquidation company had purchased Tower after Tower had declared bankruptcy for the second time. Tower declared bankruptcy earlier this year, 2006. I guess that's how everything seems so different now, because the closing is being run by a completely different company. I'm interested in all the business aspects of this. It's actually Metal Tower's over there on the left. I don't know if I can get over to the left safely. You can see store closing signs there. Maybe you can't. But you can see Tower over here. Yeah, I didn't do that right. Let's see if I can get a shot of it. Alright, let's zoom out. There we go. Cannot recommend these guerrilla filmmaking techniques to anyone that's interested in safety. At any rate, I have another Metal Tower story. My brother used to shoplift from there. The only reason I don't say I shoplifted from there was because I didn't actually do the hands-on work, but I recall directing him about what exactly stuff to take, so I am complicit in his acts of shoplifting. Tower had a security staff. They were just regular looking dudes, usually dudes. My brother had this scheme wherein he would peel off the packaging off of the cassette or the CD. I think back then we were stealing cassettes mostly. This would have been summer 1991 or so. Probably shoplifted Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory, a bunch of other stuff, but we were shoplifting a bunch of hip-hop tapes. Anything really. I would tell him what to shoplift. What he would do is he'd wear baggy shorts, and then underneath the baggy shorts he'd wear what do you call, Speedos or tights, some kind of whatever you call that. He would peel off the packaging off of the cassettes and then reach under his shorts and just stick the tapes into his undergarment there, the tights, and walk out. But one day, I guess one of the security dudes eyeballed him while he was doing all this stuff and was talking to him nonchalantly. My brother knew something was up.
I highly recommend some harmonic choir,
but by the time he realized he was being shadowed, he was already holding holding several items of stolen merchandise. We walked out. It was me, my cousin, my brother. We did not set off any alarm, but the dude, I remember, and he was a Filipino dude too, stopped my brother, asked him to come back into the back room of Tower. And my cousin and I had to just wait in the car. We didn't know what the hell was going on. We thought, oh, fucking hell. We got busted finally. I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 minutes later, my brother emerged from Metal Tower, and I thought he'd have some kind of criminal record at that point, but he wore a shit-eating grin. He had all the tapes that he had just thieved from Metal Tower. The security employee failed to find anything on him. I guess he didn't frisk hard enough. He didn't get his hands up all up there in my brother's area.
I don't think you can get more melancholy.
And my brother pulled out 3 or 4 tapes out of his underwear, and it was all basically fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you. That's how we did not get caught shoplifting. Of course, my brother was banned from Metal Tower for a while. He didn't mind. I thought all the employees at Metal Tower were pretty famous too, because I'd go in there a lot, and it was just like going to school. You go in to school, you see enough faces enough times, and they become kind of famous. I thought of the employees at Metal Tower as being popular in some way, as being the kids at the cool table. That was years before I worked there my own self, and found out that all the people that worked at Tower were really not cool. And I used the place as a good meeting place when I was just meeting up with people, hang out, and we didn't know what we were doing. We were all, oh, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna get coffee? Are we gonna go for dinner? Are we gonna rock out? Now I don't know. Now I'll have to pick another popular landmark. It won't be the same without Metal Tower. I might have to pick a Starbucks coffee. Where's a place that everybody knows, that's famous? So long, Metal Tower. I think I discovered Lou Reed at Metal Tower. So long to all that.
Golden lights display.